Okay, welcome to the OpenJ9 community call. If you haven't already, please add your name to the list in the agenda. The first item on the agenda today is discussion of topics of interest to end users. Does anyone have anything to bring up? Okay, I don't see any lightning talks scheduled for today, although there's a bunch of potential ones in the list. Hopefully we'll have some coming soon. Next up is discussion of end user issues. So there's an unhandled exception using the native SAS compiler. Dan, I think you were asking for some JNI check output. Did you have a chance to take a look at anything further?
No, I haven't had a chance to dig into this further. I got caught up in some of the timestamp checking issues.
I'm thinking we should add this to the 0:15 milestone so we don't forget about it. Make sense?
Yeah, agreed.
And then there's a crypto test failure. Let's see what that's about. Oh, okay. So the problem here is that on Windows, if you run from the JRE bin directory, everything seems to work fine. If you run from the bin directory, it can't find the OpenSSL shared library. The OpenJ9 part of the shared library, I think, or actually, I'm not sure which library it can't find, but it can't find the libraries that it needs to enable.
I think it was libcrypto, so the SSL one from memory.
What's that?
I think it was the SSL library, libcrypto.
Yeah. So since it can't find the crypto library, it doesn't enable cryptography. Steve was taking a look at this and said, suggested that we copy the library, but I don't think that's the right solution because none of the other libraries are copied. I think we just need to fix the code to go looking for the library in the correct place. Let's see, is Steve on the call?
I don't think so. Steve Kroger, yeah.
So who can we pick on? Andrew, can you check with Steve, please, and see if he's taking a look at this issue?
Which one is it?
It's the OpenJ9 5931.
Steve is working on that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks, Steve.
Okay. And that's it for issues that have been raised in the last week. Going back to the agenda then. I don't know that there's anything to discuss about the number of downloads. Does anybody have anything related to number of downloads tracking? Nope. Okay, so 0.14.2 is done, so I'm going to delete that. 0.14.3 is released for JDK 11. I did have somebody ask about Java 12 release for 0.14.2 or 3. I guess one of the fixes that we did was specific to Java 12, and they were wondering if there was going to be a release for Java 12. I told them that we weren't planning to do one, and he could use a nightly build, and I suggested he might join this call if he wanted to discuss it, although it was short notice, and I'm not sure what time zone he's in. So he's not on the call, and so I'll just wait and see if he responds in the issue about really needing a release build for Java 12. We can take it from there. Meanwhile, since 013 is done, I think I'll delete it from the minutes for this week. 015, Dan and I did go through the milestone and poked a few people and moved a couple of things out, but there are quite a few things left in the milestone. We do have another reality check to do on June 18th to see what we think is going to make it and what's not going to make it, and then the branch on June 24th. Anything else for 015? Have been monitoring the latest JDK 12 bird merge codes and stage brands. Haven't merged OpenJ9 branch yet due to being an Oracle managed stream. Does anybody know what that means?
Yeah, that's saying that we've been merging the code into the staging branch for JDK 12, but it can't hit the OpenJ9 branch yet. Because for Oracle managed streams, they don't push the final content in, or it seems to come from an internal repo.
Yep, okay. So I guess that's just business as usual. For JDK Next, we are getting changes into the staging branch. We're running the acceptance builds, and they either promote by themselves or I help them promote, because sometimes we have intermittent known issues. So at the moment, as of last night, we're up to date. XLC 16, I believe, is in progress, working on some of the problems compiling with XLC 16 for AIX. I think there's still an issue in OMR, is that right?
I believe that's correct. There was an issue that was supposed to be updated with the latest results, and I'm not sure I've seen that happen yet. I will get the appropriate people.
Okay, thank you. We're expecting the JDK 13 code split to occur June 13th. That's not very long from now. So maybe this is all that we can expect in Java 13. Not sure there's anything here that affects OpenJ9, so this might be an easy release for OpenJ9. With the exception of getting AIX to compile with XLC 16. So we'll keep an eye on that. We've got another, next week will be the day before the split when we have our community call next week. So we'll see if anything new shows up. Okay, next up is an adopt update. Let's see. I don't see Shelley on the call. Does anybody have anything about adopt they want to talk about?
I think other than the builds, it's been fairly quiet. So no, nothing in particular to update on this week, I don't think.
Okay, thank you. Dan, was there anything new on moving OpenJ9 to its own GitHub organization?
No, I've checked the website a couple of times, and I haven't seen the changes go live yet to allow us to make contributor teams.
Does it seem imminent, or are we waiting for months, do you think?
It's hard to tell. I've seen code be committed as far as I can tell. It just hasn't actually shown up on the website yet. I'll follow up and see if they have an idea of when this will go live.
Okay, thank you. Adam, did you have a chance to update the machines section?
Yes. Sorry, I was just gathering download stats for you on as well. Okay. Okay, machine updates. So all the Xlinks are back online. There is one that's still being reserved for investigative purposes, so no issue there.
So we got 3 machines that were offline back online?
Yeah, I think we just rebooted them and they've been fine since.
Okay, that's good. I guess we should reboot them faster next time.
Yeah, I think part of the issue was figuring out how to do that because Connor was the one who had the info for getting into that system. So Joe knows now.
Okay, that's good. I'm not sure we were suffering because all the builds are going through anyways. So
Yeah. In terms of the OS X machines, still trying to find an appropriate solution for our rack. We can't find anything on our internal purchase site, so Joe's been working with Capital Team to find the right solution there. We delivered change to allow pipeline changes to be tested in the PR builds last Thursday, I believe. So since then, I've cleaned up all the old legacy PR builds, which freed up over 60 gigs of space. So we're back down under 60 gigs. And
what are we going to do with all that extra space?
So we're slowly creeping up as we run more PR builds because we're keeping a lot more of those. So it'll slowly increase and I'll keep an eye on it and then it should stabilize at some point. But yeah, we have some space now so they won't be hounding us. So that's good.
Yeah, looks like we'll have no problem staying under 100 gig.
Yeah. And same thing with Artifactory, continuing to monitor, is slightly going up still. So we're still under 50%, so I'm not worried yet.
So will Artifactory clean up old builds when we get close to running out of space?
Yeah, so right now we have it set for 30 days, 30 builds. So on the weekend we run the 30-day cleanup. And every time a build is uploaded, if there's 30 of that build, then one will get cleaned up. Well, if there's 31 of that build, one will get cleaned up.
So if we're hovering about 50% of our space, I guess we could consider keeping more history.
We could. It is still going up slightly. But yeah, next week or two, if you want, we can look at that.
Or we could wait for somebody to ask for more history.
Yeah, I think there's more Artifactory history than build history. So there was one particular case where someone followed a link from a issue, and the build was gone, but I was able to point them at the SDK because it was still around. So.
Well, maybe we could change the Jenkins builds to keep 30 builds as well to match what we're storing in Artifactory since we're got that extra space.
One option. I think right now we're at 10 nightlies, 20 OMRs, acceptance, and 50 for the pull request builds. So that's something we can revisit now that we have lots of space.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to change them all to, you said, 10 nightlies?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be tempted to change that to 30 and see what that does to our space.
Okay.
Because that's where we see some intermittent problems. And then how many OMRs?
20.
Yeah, let's change that to 30 as well. Because in OMR and nightly builds, that's where we see some intermittent problems. And I have had people asking about where the build history is.
And just getting the link here. Okay. And that's about it then, unless there's more questions.
Okay, thank you. Sue, is there anything new on the website design?
No, nothing new. I still haven't moved that meeting yet. I was thinking of moving it to the Thursday That'll be the 4th of July. Oh, hang on a sec.
Sounds like an American holiday.
It sounds like an American problem, doesn't it?
I'll have to check our schedule. In Ottawa, we'd have a day off, a couple of days off around that time as well.
Okay.
Well, that might be the 1st and the 2nd in Ottawa.
Yeah, well, I'd originally put the 2nd, and I think you said that probably wasn't, and it was only just then actually saying out loud the 4th of July that I realised that's going to be an issue for the design team, so maybe we'll move it to the week after.
Yeah, I suspect they might take if they have the Thursday off, they might also take the Friday off.
Yeah. Okay. I'll figure something out.
Okay. Anything else? Any other business? Figure out how to update the OpenJ9 channel logo. I believe that was done.
Yeah, I've done that. It seemed to be taking some amount of time to actually show up for everyone in all places. So if people see that it's still missing in any particular location, let me know and I'll see if I can figure out why.
Looks good for me now.
Okay, so I'm going to remove that since it seems to be updated. Windows large heap packages. I guess there's an issue open at Adopt. No updates.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's looking at it yet.
I have a PR open for that.
For Adopt?
Yeah.
Martin said he looked fine. I've never added a spec at Adopt before, so I have no idea if it's sufficient or enough. But
Did Martin approve it? Or?
he did. He said, has the test build been run? I said, no, I don't have access.
That's very recent. That was just yesterday. So
this was on JDK 8, wasn't it?
I think all versions.
Yeah, I think this was all versions.
8, 11, 12.
So I think Martin's trying to push out a BO4 for JDK 8 hotspot at the moment. My suggestion would be wait until that goes out to make sure we don't destabilize it and then merge it and give it a shot. See what happens. Does that sound okay?
Yep.
Okay, I can merge it when the time comes.
Anybody have any other business? Thanks everybody for joining today.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.